Hello. You will hear my accent right away. And you will also quickly see that I am not a Wall Street guru selling a dream. I am a medical doctor. I am 48 years old. I have spent my life diagnosing patients and managing a clinic. But for the last 5 years, I have lived a second life. I stepped into the financial markets. And I want to be brutally honest with you. These 5 years changed everything. I have experienced great successes and watched my capital grow, but also made mistakes. Critical, painful mistakes. I paid for my financial education with real money and real stress. I chased the hype. I ignored the lab results of the companies and let my emotions drive my decisions. The stock market is a ruthless teacher, but it taught me well. And today I want to share the deep reasons why I started investing and why I stayed despite the painful lessons. I'm sharing my scars so you don't have to bleed. Learn from my experience. And by the way, in my upcoming videos, I will do a deep dive into these exact critical mistakes that every beginner makes. So make sure to subscribe. So why does a doctor need the stock market? There are several reasons. Reason number one, the illusion of active income. In medicine or in any business, you trade your life energy for money. But as you approach your 50s, like me, reality hits you. Your energy has a limit. I love my profession, but I want to practice medicine because I choose to, not because I am forced to pay the bills. Investing builds a solid bridge from a life of obligations to a life of absolute choices. I want the freedom to work part-time without sacrificing my family's quality life. Reason number two, my children. We spent decades in universities learning how to be doctors, engineers, or lawyers. But the system keeps us blind to the most vital survival skill, how capital works. I started investing because I refused to leave my children only money. Money can be lost. I want to leave them a system. I want to protect them from the financial panic that ruins lives. Building my portfolio is the ultimate masterclass I can leave behind for them. Reason number three, the world is too big to stay in one room. A doctor is chained to his clinic. If I close my doors, my income drops to zero. But when you own high-quality assets, your capital doesn't care about the borders or time zones. It works while you sleep. It works while you travel. Investing gives you geographical freedom. You can explore the world knowing that your financial machine is quietly doing its job in the background. Reason number four, longevity. As a doctor, my mission is healthy aging. Science can easily push our lives into 80s or 90s. But what is the point of strong physical heart if you live in poverty? Financial longevity is a twin brother of medical longevity. Your investment portfolio must have a strong immune system. It needs to be healthy enough to survive market crashes, crises, and inflation, just like your body fights off diseases. Now, you might be thinking, you are a doctor, you own a business, maybe you have extra money to risk, but what about the rest of us? Please listen to me carefully. It doesn't matter what your profession is. You could be a teacher, a builder, an artist, or an IT specialist. Everyone, without exception, must learn how to invest. Why? Because if you don't, inflation will quietly steal the value of your labor. The money you saved from working hard yesterday will buy you less tomorrow. Investing is not a luxury for a rich. It's a basic self-defense mechanism for everyone. What does it give to you? It gives you the power to stay in no toxic job or bad situations because you have financial fortress behind you. But here is the most important lesson I learned in my 5 years. A critical mistake I made early on. You must clearly understand the difference between investing and gambling. Too many beginners come to the stock market and treat it like casino. They buy a random ticker because they saw it on the internet. They look at the chart moving up and down and place a bet, hoping to get rich by Friday. That is gambling. It's an addiction driven by dopamine, and the house always wins at the end. So investing is the exact opposite. When you invest, you are not betting on blinking light on the screen. You are buying a piece of a real, living business. You are buying their factories, their patents, their brilliant engineers, and their future cash flows. A gambler wants a quick lottery ticket. An investor acts like a cold, calculating business owner. To succeed, you must remove your adrenaline. If your heart is beating fast when you buy a stock, you are doing it wrong. Investing should be boring, methodical, and purely logical. And that brings me to my method. Over these 5 years, after all the critical mistakes and casino-like behavior, I found my cure. I realized that true investing is exactly like medicine. You don't guess the diagnosis, you don't gamble with health, you look at the lab results. In finance, lab results are the fundamentals. It is a free cash flow, the manageable debt, the fair valuation. Today I apply strict medical discipline to my. I look for a growth at a reasonable price. I diagnose companies before I give them my hard-earned money. And I want to teach you how to read these financial labs results too. This channel is my open diary. We will analyze the market, build strong portfolios, and avoid the gambling traps that cost me dearly in the past. If you value cold logic over cheap hype, please subscribe. We have a lot of work to do, and right now, let's go to the screen and diagnose our first patient for today.